several times. Is it still exciting to do it, especially for another team and coming off a good year like you had?
Absolutely. Obviously once the year gets started, it's just playing games, but being out there for the first one's special. It's like the first day of school. It's like Christmas Day for baseball. So opening day is always exciting, and I'm appreciative of the moment.
Just kind of another, reward from last year. Is just kind of just to remind you how special last year was, and is that kind of the way you look at this?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, I think that again, I'm just appreciative of the opportunity, being able to do it here in Atlanta with a new organization, and it's been a while, since I've had one. My last one wasn't very good, so I need some redemption.
When you look back at the first one you ever had, what do you remember about that day when you toted for opening day the first time?
So that would have been 2013. I believe it was in Chicago against the Royals. Pretty sure it was April 1st as well. Yeah. So my wife and I, we played a trick on my family. Like my wife, we made up a story about how I was really sick in the morning or something like that, and tried to mess with everybody a little bit. But it was a good time. I definitely, again, I just appreciate being able to have the opportunity, and I just know what opening day is. It's just a lot of fun.
How about just to know that, what is this, 13 years later, you're still getting an opening day start? How satisfying is that to know that you've stayed at this level for that long, or at least,
Yeah, I mean, I think the appreciation comes from the people I'm surrounded by, really. Again, I can't stress enough how much I lean on the people in my corner, and how many people have helped me, get to this point in my career. So I'm very thankful for them to be able to have them in my corner to help me get to this opportunity.
Assuming it's Drake, but even if it's Trumpet, it's going to be a guy who hasn't done it before on opening day. Have you seen enough from Drake to know that, to be confident that he's going to be not be overwhelmed by all that? Have you seen the maturity from him and that kind of thing?
Oh, there's no question. There's no question he's ready for it. Again, either way, I mean, we're in a good position no matter who's back there. But just his attitude, his demeanor, his character, he's as prepared for this as anybody.
And you were able to do, as is tradition with you, not shake off a catcher even with Drake? Were you able to trust what he put down and all that?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing out there. I just throw.
How about how exciting is it to know that Strider's going back out there today, and maybe just what have you seen from him here this spring?
Yeah, that's actually probably the most important news I've heard today. It's fun. I know how much work he's put in. I've obviously been on that side of it too, coming back from a TJ, and it's exciting. It's a big step. There's the first day of throwing. There's the first day of getting off a mound. But this is the first game action, and I know he's obviously excited for it, but he's prepared for it as well. So I'm excited to stick around and watch that.
What could that be for you guys if you get him a few weeks into the season to an already pretty deep rotation? What could that mean for you guys?
It's big time. I mean, let's not forget he's still the best pitcher on this team. There's no question about that. I mean, you look at the pure stuff and what he's done. When he's healthy out there on the mound, I mean, he's potentially the most electric pitcher in the entire game. So, you add that to who we already have on this team and in this on the clubhouse and in the staff. It just adds to the kind of the toughness of this team. And going into a series, having him throw in one of those games makes it tougher on the other team, no question.
You mentioned having been through the TJ stuff and injuries and whatnot. What stood out most to you about the way he handled that when you would see him in the home clubhouse last year?
Just there was no real down sulking moments, really. I mean, he, no pun intended, took it in stride. Obviously I was there when he came out of that game, and it seemed like he knew pretty immediately. And then, once the news was broke, it was like, okay, well, what's the next step? There was just always this want for the progression. There was no time to really sit around and complain about what bad happened. He's like, okay, let's get to work. And every day that I've seen him, he's done something to get better and to further himself in this rehab and in being a better baseball player. So again, it was obviously a tough situation, but it was fun to watch, him work and, be able to get to this moment today.
Chris, is it more common to have those days when you're going through what he went through? You mentioned the down days.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. It's especially the way athletes are wired and how we operate. You know, this is a game where we play every single day, and when you take, you know, if you took 3 days away from somebody, that's a long time in this game, and much less on an entire year. Especially the way he's wired. I mean, you guys know him well enough now. He's not much for sitting around and watching. He's very much a doer and wants to go out there and play the game. So again, this is just an awesome day for him, and I think we're all excited to watch him go out there and do his thing and get one step closer to being with us.
I got one
Well,
more
thank you.
for you.
Appreciate it.
What'd you think of the ABS this spring?
I haven't
The challenge?
I haven't even seen
I
it.
figured as much.
I
Are
haven't
you
used it.
just not gonna leave it to the catcher? You think when you guys use it at some point?